So today is day 13 of the apple cider vinegar test to see if I can get rid of my acid reflux by using apple cider vinegar. Now I've also been doing the plant-based diet, or at least a predominantly plant-based diet for the last few days, which has been helping me as well. Now, the main discovery that I've come across in the last few days, which has honestly been the most mind-blowing and could potentially be the biggest stumbling block in getting back to good vocal health, was the discovery that this muscle tension dysphonia that I have could be caused by anxiety and tension, and therefore tension throughout my entire body, which is also evident on my TA muscles, my thyroid cartilages, which attach to my vocal cords in my throat. Anyway, by looking into that, and experimenting with that, what I've come to understand is that if I'm able to put myself in a state where I can get rid of all the tension, and obviously we know this, that you need to be tension-free when singing, but it's not just that, it's also, am I in a situation where I'm free from, from fear, basically, because it's almost as though, while I'm not imagining the pain, because the pain is real, in my throat, it feels uncomfortable, it feels like I've always got something stuck there. It's essentially a neural pathway that needs to be realigned. The volume basically needs to be turned down on it, so that I don't feel like there's something structurally wrong, because there isn't something structurally wrong. Because when I went to the ENT recently, he said, well, your voice, your instrument is perfectly healthy, but you do have this muscle tension dysphonia that you need to eradicate. Now, muscle tension dysphonia can be caused by acid reflux, and it can also be caused by anxiety. I was diagnosed with anxiety by a doctor a few years ago, but I didn't really take it seriously. But also when I've been to the chiropractor or the physio or a masseuse, they've all said in the past that, your back and your shoulders and your neck, it's all really, really tense in there. And I've tried to iron that out in the past, but I've not done things like yoga, or I guess just look more into the mental side of things. And I actually was doing some yoga tonight to see if that was going to help, and I'm going to look more into that over the next few days and weeks. But by and you would have seen this in the video from this morning, or from day 12. I was able to, when I was doing my singing exercises, if I was in the right state, I was able to get a really, really good sound. The sound is very clear and open and resonant. But when I was slightly off that state, when I was back into a state of, fear, which seems strange to me, because obviously there's nothing around me that's actually dangerous, especially when I'm at, home, like just singing. There's obviously nothing actually dangerous, but my whole body is kind of on edge. So I guess I need to work with my body and not, it's almost like I'm treating it harshly. Alan Gordon, who I was mentioning the day before yesterday, he speaks about in his book, I think his book's called The Way Out, and he talks about how if you're treating your body like a drill sergeant, it's gonna, work against you. So instead of getting angry with your body, being like, oh, why are you not working? Why does it feel like I've got something here? If you instead, accept it and give it more care. Now, this kind of stuff seems strange, but it seriously was working for me, so I can kind of believe it at this point. If you, treat it with more care and kind of identify that you've got a feeling there, which may not be something structurally wrong, but you can identify that there's something there, which is kind of like a neural pathway which needs to be adjusted, essentially. The volume needs to be turned down on it. Now, if we combine all that together, if we can combine the acid reflux stuff and the mental side of it, and the overall tension, then we can get rid of that muscle tension dysphonia, which is supposedly the root cause of my vocal health issues. So that's what I've been looking into the last few days. Now something else. Now, right now, because I'm, slightly on edge because I'm filming a video, I don't know, people are going to see it, that sort of stuff. When I'm talking right now, my voice is not necessarily that resonant. But over the last couple of days, when I've been in a very, very relaxed state, talking to like my girlfriend or someone that I know quite well, I've been able to resonate better because I've been actively trying to calm myself in those conversations and put myself in an extremely I guess safe kind of space. It sounds really strange when I say this because I don't never like talk in this way, but by basically refusing to accept that there's actually something structurally wrong with me, I've been able to like kind of turn that off, even if just for a few minutes, because as you saw in the exercises from yesterday's video, in one section of exercises, my resonance is there, and the next it's not. So it kind of lasts for a few minutes, and then that state goes away. So I need to be consistent with being in that good mental state. So yeah, as I said, I've been doing things like yoga today, and I'm going to be looking more into that to see if I can always kind of be in this state. And also, as I work through the TMS Wiki program that I mentioned a couple of videos ago, I'm working through that as well to see if I can understand fear and where it comes from, and how I can change these neural pathways in my brain. Because this has been something that has actually been, I guess, a serious kind of breakthrough, and it's not something I really considered before. And I guess it's one of those things where if you can eliminate all the possible options of things that could be causing your vocal health issues, and you try so many things, like I went on all these crazy diets and stuff. I've had a couple of operations on my nose and stuff. I'd sleep at night with tape on my mouth. I do all this steaming stuff. If you try all these things and they don't work, then I guess it becomes more likely that it's something more improbable. I think it's a Sherlock Holmes quote, actually. So delving into an idea where it's more kind of like a mental thing, that it's kind of in my brain. While that might seem far-fetched, because I've tried all these other things, I guess it kind of has to be something far-fetched. So that's kind of where I'm at now. So if this sounds crazy, I totally understand, because I think it's crazy too. But it seems to be something that is, I guess, starting to work for me. So it's quite exciting personally. And obviously I'll keep updating you and try and be as open and as raw as possible with these videos, so you can know exactly what my thoughts are on these types of things. And you can see how I'm, I guess, changing mentally and physically day by day. So hopefully I'll have some more information tomorrow, and hopefully I can get the seeing more consistent. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you found that interesting.